Hey, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. We are working our way through the Seasonathon this month, the next 2 weeks. I don't know. I've got a week and a half left, or maybe close to 2 weeks left of semester number 1. Let me show you where I am. So it might be easiest to see it in here. This is the way that I am tracking right now for this semester. I'm just going to let you look up close. The 5 that have the yellow dots beside them, those are the ones for this semester that I want to finish. And that is how far I have gotten in all of them so far. Now, one of the frustrating things, you can just pause that if you need to look at it, but what it boils down to is I have not finished any of my 5 books yet, which is one of my goals, was to read slower. And the fact that right now it is the 5th of September, and number 1, I've only finished 1 book total, and that book was for a different readathon, but that was not part of my schedule. So on my schedule, I have one class at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it has been the Kingdom of Gods. I'm just going to put it up here on the screen beside me over here so that I don't have to hold this up for you. I'm about 36% of the way through that one. I really like it. Like, if you've read book 1 and you know the little kid god, his name was Sia. He is the main character so far in the first third of this book, and it's so good. I am loving this book. Then my second class is Body of Evidence, and that one I could have finished today had I done a better job of my schedule, but I have a 1-hour lunch period, and that is when I read that book for 1 hour. So first my work went over a little bit, and so I was already a little bit late to class, and then I went out to lunch with my son, and I thought it was really rude to just put my headphones in and say, sorry, I'm going to be listening to this book while we're having lunch. So that took a bit of time as well. So I only got to listen to a little bit of it during the class period, but that class, as you can see, is every day of the week. And I am so close to being done with this book that I'm definitely going to finish it tomorrow during my class time. And that will probably be the first one that I finish. It will for sure be. So then I have the 12. That one, I am only 16% of the way through with it, and I get to read an hour and a half every day. Yesterday, I had to cook dinner for my family. We had some nachos, sheet pan nachos. It was the first time I'd ever made it, and they looked really good going in. They looked a little bit weird coming out, but they tasted very, very good. So anyway, that would cut into some of my reading time for the 12. I was still able to listen while I was cooking, but it was not nearly as much focused sit down, listen, and read the book as I usually get. So that one is still going to be my problem. However, once I finish Body of Evidence during that class period, I'm free to read something else during that class period. So I will definitely be reading the 12 and doing double duty with the 12 until I finish it, because it is the longest book on my TBR. Then finally, last night, I started Hollow of Fear. Now, that one is only Monday through Thursday at night, but it is 2 hours every night. So I managed to get 29% of the way through with that last night. So if things hold up like that, I should be finished with it when I get to Thursday night. I should finish it sometime Thursday night. And that will still be good. That means it will have taken me 4 days to finish that book. So that's not bad at all. And then the only other one on here is Blood Fury, which I got all the way to 90% of the way done on Sunday, and then I have to wait. I can't read it again until Friday. So I'm for sure going to finish that one also on Friday. And what it ends up looking like is I'm going to finish all of the books probably by the end of the weekend. And so I'm planning on dragging this vlog. That might not be a good way of putting it, but I'm planning on this vlog lasting until the end of the weekend. And we can talk about what I've finished and what I haven't finished. I probably won't finish Kingdom of Gods, and I probably won't finish the 12, but I think I will finish the other 3 books. So that's really it. And then randomly, my mother called me, and my dad was in the car with her, and she was like, hey, I think that you need to read Jack Reacher books. And my daddy was like, yeah, because he loves them. And I usually buy them for him, whatever the newest Lee Child book is. I either get him that for Christmas or for his birthday or whatever. And he's reading the most recent one right now. And so he's asked me if I had ever read Jack Reacher. And I was like, no. And I just didn't know if I liked those kind of like detective mystery things, you know, way back in the day. And now I'm kind of obsessed with them. I read a lot of them. And I was like, I don't know why I haven't picked it up, other than the fact that it's just such a long series that it kind of intimidates me. But I was like, I will get the first book and I will try it. So I picked up The Killing Floor. They had it available on my Libby app. So my library had it. And it was on audio, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. So I started reading that one yesterday. Let me see what day. Yes, yesterday I started reading that one, and I'm already 15% of the way through. I really like it. I really like Jack, and the fact that we're not getting very much information about him. So I like that we're slowly learning things about him as we go along, instead of like an info dump in his head, like right at the beginning. But anyway, if you read the Jack Reacher books, I would like to know down below. Also, if you're brave enough, also tell me how old you are if you like the Jack Reacher, because my daddy is in his 70s and he loves them. And I now am in my 40s and I apparently love them as well. So I just think that would be funny to know. Like, I want to know a 20-year-old that is loving some Jack Reacher novels. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this check-in. I'm just looking at my little book, which I absolutely love. The colors mean nothing. When I did this before, I had it color coordinated by genre, but now I literally just picked my favorite colors and I'm repeating those colors over and over because I want this page to be really colorful. And that's it. That's the only thing I'm doing to track my reading. I check on this every night, and then I am doing it on Goodreads because I want to get back into keeping my Goodreads up to date and writing my reflections or my thoughts on a book as soon as I finish reading it, because I've fallen off from doing that. And now my genre blanket that I've been working on is not up to date, and there's no way for me to make it up to date because I have no idea what books I have read in the last 2 months. Like, I can't even tell you what I finished. I know some of them because I have some of them on a TBR sheet, but I don't know what order I read them in, so I don't know how to do the genre thing. So I'm probably going to take my genre blanket apart, and I'm really sad about it, but I just did too much too soon, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that is going to do it for this update. I will be back to check in a couple of days. We don't have anything special happening. It's mostly just doing our regular stuff day in and day out this week, getting ready for some upcoming travel that's going to be happening. And so, yeah, that's it. So I will check in every time I finish a book, or every couple of days. If I don't get one finished, I'll just check in and let you know how it's going. But this experiment so far, it's not even been a week yet, but so far has worked perfectly. And I cannot wait to get to the end of the month and see if it actually works or not on a longer term basis than just a few days. So I'll be back to check in later. Okay, so it is Friday morning. I wanted to wait because I was hoping that I would finish The Hollow of Fear last night, because I have that class Monday through Thursday nights for 2 hours. And I sat down last night when my alarm went off to start class, and I had an hour and 50 minutes left of the class. And I was like, great, I've got 2 hours to read. I have an hour and 50 minutes, 50, so almost 2 hours. And it just didn't work. Like, in the middle of that, I'm also getting ready for bed. And so putting my headphones down for a few minutes while I did, you know, my teeth and put my pajamas on and all of that stuff took too long. And I literally have 20 minutes left in the book, and I cannot read it now until Monday night. So, The Hollow of Fear is not getting done this week. It doesn't mess anything up. I still have a whole another week, and I'm going to finish it Monday night. I still have until Friday before the new class starts. So, I'm going to put my schedule over here so I can reference it. So, in the morning, I'm still reading Kingdom of Gods. However, what I decided when I finished Body of Evidence, which I finished in my last update, or I talked about in my last update, when I finished that, I decided that Kingdom of Gods would get moved to that period and I would sleep an extra hour in the mornings. So now instead of getting up at 6 and reading, I'm getting up at 7. Although I keep waking up before 7, which is fine. I just read when I can, when I wake up. And then at 7:30, I stop because that's the end of the class time. And then I read again during the 12 to 1 hour when I was reading Body of Evidence. I've been reading Kingdom of Gods. This book, I'm 50% of the way through right now. So good. It's everything that I wanted the third book to be. Like, this is my favorite character from the first 2 books. And so I'm so happy that we're with him. And also, though, I think we're getting some secrets that we didn't know in the other books. And I think they're going to be heartbreaking for me. But anyway, we're not there yet. I'm 50% of the way through, like I said. And he is my favorite character, so I am loving this point of view in this book. Then during the afternoon, I read The 12. And this is the longest book on my list. So as soon as I finish another class, like on Monday, when I finish Hollow of Fear Monday night, I'm immediately going to put this as my nighttime book for Monday through Thursday as well, so that I can try to get through with it, because it is going to take me the longest. And then finally, the last book is Blood Fury. And this is the one that I almost finished on Sunday, but I cannot read this except Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm coming back to this today, and I'm excited that I'm going to finish this tonight. And then I'll do the same thing. I will start doing the 12 during the night when I was supposed to be reading Blood Fury. When that's done, I'll switch to the 12. So everything is looking really good. The good news is it really has made me slow down. Now, yes, I've been reading other books, and yes, I have finished other books. So I have finished a total, though, of 3 books, and it is the 8th of the month. Like, I don't think anybody realizes. You guys might realize it, but that is so much slower and so much less than what I normally do that I just don't even know what to think about it. It has been so easy to finish a book and write a review about it and not feel like I immediately have to jump into the next book. So I am also in the background, I'm reading the short story or the novella called If It Bleeds. It's in that anthology called If It Bleeds by Stephen King. And it is a short story that is about Holly. Then I want to finish it before I read the book that just came out called Holly. So I have that book. It's, by the way, it's on Scribd. If you guys have Scribd, Holly is there, even though it's a brand new book. And usually the brand new books are not on Scribd immediately, but it's there. So if you want to listen to it on audio, or maybe they have the ebook version, I don't know, because all I'm about is the audio. So that, though, is going to do it for my update. Okay, I'm apologizing in advance for the cricket. It is somewhere around me, and I cannot find it. So if y'all can hear it, I am sorry. Anyway, we are all the way on September the 13th. I have just done horribly with filming or recording anything for the last few days. So I wanted to catch you up. This is my schedule. I have finished every book except the 12. I am almost 70% of the way through the 12, and that means 8 more hours on audio, which at 2 times speed is 4 more hours. So that's all I have left, and today's the 13th. So technically I have 2 days, and since I have finished all the rest of the time slots on here, I can read the 12 during any class time. Now, my husband is not here for the next few days, and so I have been staying up really late at night and sleeping later in the morning, which means I've not done this morning class in the last 3 days that he's been gone. And so that's fine. I'm doing my lunch time and I'm doing my night time. I did use part of that to finish up Kingdom of God since I was sleeping through that class time in the morning, but that one's done, and now I'm just doing the 12 for all of my class periods right now. It's such a good book, but they are so long. I don't know what I want him to fix about it. Like, I don't know if I would like for the books to be shorter and more books, or if they're okay the way they are, but because of the story, they just have to be long. I think maybe that's it, but there are just times where I'm like, oh, I do not want this to be as long as it is. But anyway, we are getting some really cool backstory in this one that kind of ties in to some of the people that we met in book 1. So it's really nice to have all of that kind of come full circle there. Also, what else have I finished since I checked in? I don't know if I talked about Hollow of Fear or not. That is the Sherlock Holmes one, and that one had more like pretending to be Sherlock or pretending to be other people than I think she's ever done before in any of the other 2 that I've read. So we'll just see. It was a good book. It was a murder mystery and it was solved as usual. So I liked it a lot. Here's what the bad news is. I have these little cards that I made about each of the things. I filled them out the first day that I read them. This one right here, I read on September 1st, and I filled out what I thought about it, and that's it. That's all I did the first day. So, I don't know. I like having them. I still think that they're cute, and I do think that what I'm going to end up doing is probably cutting off this back part right here and using this to just put in my reading journal. So, I'm going to be working on that today, setting up the next semester's reading journal because that starts in just a couple of days, and I have that schedule posted up here on my wall ready to go. So on Friday, wait, what is today? Yeah, on Friday, I will be starting the new classes. So that will be 2 weeks through this class, through this schedule, and then I'll start the new schedule on Friday. So I do want to get that set up in my journal, how I'm going to do it. And I didn't make these yet for the second semester books. I did print them all off. I have the book covers, but I didn't make anything with them yet because I was waiting to see how the first semester went and what I wanted to do. So I think what I might do for the second semester is on that second sheet of paper, I might just put the class names and then put the picture of the book that I'm reading for that class under it and just be done with it. Like say that is what I did, and maybe put these papers around on there as decoration or something. Or you know what? If I cut this off of this, then I've got one here and I still have one here, and I could put the other books on those and put them in there, and then they'll all have matching backgrounds. That's probably what I'll end up doing. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that. I just wanted to give you an update about what was happening because it's been a while since I checked in, and I do want to have one whole vlog for the first semester. So I know that I already did one vlog for the opening of the thing. Let me get the dog. He was whining because he hasn't been on camera yet today. So here's Django. Anyway, I was hoping to actually do weekly vlogs, but that is not working. So just one more vlog for the whole rest of the semester is going to be great. And then I'll probably do 1 or 2 for the next semester. It depends on how much time I have and how many things I can film, because I'm also traveling during the second half of the month. So we'll see what's going on. Oh my gosh, babe, why are you up in my face? Aww. Aww. Anyway, that's it. I will check back in for sure when I finish the 12. But Kingdom of Gods was the end of the trilogy, and it was so good. I feel like one of the things that I'm missing is having videos that are specifically about series or books. Like, I think I probably need to do an Inheritance trilogy video just talking about those books. So I may do that when I finish, especially my 50 Before 50 series. When I finish reading those, I might do like a recap video that just talks about the whole series and what I thought about them. So be on the lookout for that if you are interested in those series. Okay, but that is going to do it for my checkup. And I'll be back when I have something else to report. Hopefully tomorrow I will finish the 12. I have a couple of hours tonight. I still have 2 hours during the day today. And then I have a couple of hours tonight. So if that's all I do, I can get it done. But my son and I have been sorting Legos and watching movies. And so I am not getting as much reading done. But I will trade reading for hanging out with him anytime. So that is it for this check-in. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow to tell you that I have finished the 12. Okay, I told you I was going to come back today and hopefully be finished. and I am. This is my semester 1 schedule, and I finished everything. Now, it is nice that once I finish a class, that class time is then open for any book. And so the 12, I had 7.5 hours a week to read this book if I hit every one of these days and didn't miss any time. And that means that I had 15 hours total, and the book is 24 hours long to listen to. So yes, I listen on 2 times speed, which should have been 12 hours, but that doesn't mean I always get the amount of time that I have slotted in. Something comes up, there's a luncheon that I need to attend, there's an afternoon event I have to go to, and so I did not have that every day free like I planned to. So that is still really good. I am so happy that it is the 14th of the month and I have only finished 8 books. Now, I know that that still is a lot, but that is so much less than what I have done in the past. By the 14th, I'm usually on book 14 or even 15. So it is so nice to say I've only finished 8 books. I finished reading the 12 yesterday, and I could have started another book. I have the next book ready that I'm going to be reading, but instead, I just started watching YouTube videos, and I was like, this is okay. It is okay to have fun in a different way that is not reading. So anyway, I know, I have issues. So I am just in time. It is the 14th of September when I finished. Well, I finished last night, so technically the 13th. So today, I've not even picked up a book all day today so far, which it is lunchtime, almost lunchtime, and I've not picked up a book yet. So I am going to be jumping into semester 2 tomorrow. I'm going to film that intro tonight because my first class is at 6 o'clock in the morning, and there's no way that I'm going to get up and film before that. So I'm going to kick that one off tonight, and we'll just see how the next 2 weeks go. But if the next 2 weeks are like these 2 weeks, it's going to be fantastic, and I'm going to be so happy about what happened and how it's all gone so far. So I did go through and cut all of my little bookmarky things that weren't really bookmarks. I did go through and cut them all, and I stuck them all down in my journal, and I'm not worried about what's on what page. I just know that I need to get 11 books on the whole page. So I'm trying to space them out in a way that I will be able to get all 11 on there, and then I'm just going to write the class, or I just went through so far and wrote the class that that the book was for. And then that way, when I finish semester 2, I've got enough room left here to be able to add those books and write what classes those were for as well. So this was a nice little project to try out these little bookmarky things, but I don't think I'm going to use those going forward. So that is it. That is going to do it for this Seasonathon, at least the first semester Seasonathon. And so I will see you guys in the next video. I do know that there are some people doing Seasonathon, so let me know down below. You can also leave a fall themed emoji down there if you don't have a comment or don't have anything that you want to say, just to let me know that you were here and you watched it. And that's going to do it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.